we are. Can you see? Like, what does this look like for you?
Okay, so on my end, matter of fact, I'm going to take a screenshot and then I'll text it to you later.
Okay.
Um, on my end, what I see is I see. Give me 1 second. So
Yeah,
I see
because
me.
you're on your phone right now. Yeah,
Right. I see me big, and then you're real tiny on the
I'm real
left hand
tiny.
side. Yeah.
But on a phone, we're split screen, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool, and so that's pretty legit. Paul, so I got Pablo in here that's hanging out with me and giving me all the instructions. So Pablo says, Paul, click audience preview. Do you see something that says audience preview?
Audience preview. Hold on. Um, all I see is it says show live.
Or show
And
live? You say click show live.
oh, okay, there we are.
So are we split like nice? We're split in half?
Yeah, split right in half, buddy.
Huh.
Yeah.
So this is my first ever Happs. And the main thing that I was not overly there's a couple things that I wasn't overly excited about Hap. The first things that I wasn't real crazy about Haps was I didn't like seeing the thing across the top that shows like all the dollar stuff. Like I don't
Right.
that to me that's gimmicky. But they recently made that available to turn that off. So I learned that you could turn that off. And then the other element of it is, which yeah, I see that Pablo. So it's actually Larissa told me you could take that off. Hey, Larissa's hanging out with us now too. Look at this, is so fun. How would I put you in here? Wait a minute.
Hey,
Hey, look how
there
cool
she
we
is.
are. The cool kids. This is
So fun
fun.
to see you. Thanks
See
for the
now,
invite.
Larissa's been working on me with this. She's been telling me all about Haps is cool. That's where the
Hey,
cool kids
Pablo.
are. And so I'm like, I gotta try it. Hey, and Larissa, do you see Pablo? I've got Pablo's hanging out and talking to me, and Pablo seems super cool. And he's just
very
like answering
cool.
all the questions from me.
He's very cool. He and Peter have just been such a great asset to us broadcasters for
Yeah,
sure.
Pablo's awesome. Pablo's
Yeah.
super awesome. So, yeah, so Pablo, man, I appreciate you. Larissa has been telling. I didn't realize this was the Pablo. So I got the
Yeah.
famous Pablo hanging
Me
out with me in
too.
my first broadcast. So this is fun. This is super fun. So Pablo has answered all kinds of questions for me about this thing. I figured out how to turn off the thing at the top, which I wasn't really crazy about,
Right.
Yeah.
and I figured out how to do notifiers. Are you like a
Mm-hmm.
pro at this now, Paul? Are you like awesome at this, Paul? Or are you still kind of figuring it out?
I've only done I think two, and I was
You've only
a
done two.
yeah, I was a guest on Larissa's.
Okay.
Um, I was just wondering. I actually emailed back. I don't know if it was Pablo or the other guy.
Peter,
Is
probably.
that is there any way? Because I use StreamYard. Does Haps have a stream key that I can use on StreamYard? You follow what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I like
Well,
Haps.
yeah,
So
I don't know. And Pablo, maybe you can answer that question. But the questions that I had for Pablo was, I am all about producing my own broadcast through OBS. So can
right.
I do Stream Key or NTP like that? But he was telling me that I can still use OBS and just use my OBS virtual cam and connect it that way. But that's probably different for StreamYard.
Yeah, StreamYard
Yeah. So yeah,
has
Pablo
its
said you
own.
can't use StreamYard yet. That's not
Yeah.
something that you can integrate yet. Pablo, I have
Okay.
a question for you that's completely different than what we're talking about. Um, Larissa talked to me about this last week. She said if you had what was the Periscope, the badge, right? If
Oh,
we
the
had
VIP
badges.
badge. Yes.
So
Yes.
I had a silver VIP badge Periscope, and I think if I recall, the time is expired. Right? Can you transfer that VIP badge? How do I get that VIP badge transferred to my account? Because the more
Well,
I
I
do
got an
this, the more I
email
kind of dig
today.
it.
I actually got an email today from I think it was David that if you were on Periscope, I think within the next few days, if if you go live or something, I'll have to look up the email, and what I'll do is forward it over to you, Justin, so
Okay.
you could see it because it was talking about something. Periscope is about to die, but
Yeah.
you can do a broadcast to get all of your listeners over to Haps somehow.
Oh,
So I will forward you that email.
cool. I'll check
Yeah,
that
and
out. Yeah, because
Pablo
I think
Pablo
I
was
could
saying
see
they
a lot
wanted
of ways that we could be using this because this is cool. I mean, this alone, Apollo and team, hats off to you guys because just the functionality of the ability to just a couple of my peeps and invite them right in here, and you guys miraculously got notified and said, "Sure, I'll hang out with Justin," and here we are. And this is pretty seamless technology considering what we're doing right now.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and the
Mhm.
support has just been amazing. Like Pablo and Peter just get back. I think the most I've had to wait is like 24 hours email, which is
That's
within the
fine.
guidelines.
Mhm.
And so, but he is saying check out the frequently asked questions. I don't
See
think
that?
you've missed the deadline. I think the deadline is the 31st. I could be wrong. And what I did was I took a screenshot of my profile, my Periscope profile. I would
Yep.
send it to Pablo's email, of which I do not know off the top of my head. But he might put it in
Yeah, he said
chat.
end of March. It looks like that's the deadline.
Okay, perfect.
I
Yeah,
like
so
how it shows all of our names and our titles at the tops of our
I
faces
know,
too. That's
right?
it's actually like the moving technology at the top is really cool.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pretty
So
cool.
Pablo, I was asking, so I figured out what a notifier is. A notifier is cool. Like I figured out how to like create a notifier, which like puts a message across the top, and that's pretty cool. And you said a takeover was like a full screen thing. Have you ever done that, Larissa? What have you ever looked at what a takeover is?
I recognize it. I've not, me, Justin. I was waiting for you to get all fancy and figure it
Yeah,
all
see,
out
I want
for
to know
me.
what all these cool things are.
I know you do.
Like what is the takeover? Larissa is super the bomb.
Oh,
So I'm just
thank
gonna leave these
you.
out. Hashtag.
Is that the thing that's going across, or
I
is
don't know.
that
Well,
one
here
of
we are.
those?
We're gonna try it. So I'm gonna save
Here we
this,
go.
and then I'm gonna click on it and push it, and we're gonna see what happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh wow.
It's
I
a
mean,
way you
now
look like you've been doing it all along, Justin. Like
I
you've
do.
got
I
it
look
handled.
pro. I
You
mean,
look pro. You look pro.
my mission is to look pro.
You're doing
Uh,
it, brother.
Now, see the whole full screen takeover thing was kind of cool, but it did look a little graphically not all that cool. So that I wasn't super impressed with that. But the notifier was nice.
Yeah,
That's
and there's
also
probably
something
something
you can
you
remove.
could do different with that, probably, but I've not tried any of that. I'm just trying to get all my people over, and
Yeah.
I had the
So
opportunity to talk at lunch today with a bunch of ladies that are gonna sign up just so they can support me, which is very sweet. So
that's cool. I
yeah.
see April. So April, thanks for coming in on Facebook, girl. So I have a question on Pablo. So I have my phone open where I can see my comments from Facebook, but in the comments of Happs, I see April's comment, but it just says Facebook user and it doesn't show her face.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I'm
Well, I
gonna
know
yeah,
for
you tell us, Paul, because I think I know the answer, but I'm not sure.
well, I know for StreamYard that StreamYard, if you're doing it in a group or your personal profile, the listener has to click the link to allow the permissions. And
I
so
see.
I
So it
so I
doesn't
think
capture their information.
right. So
That makes sense.
yeah. So that's
Okay.
what comes up. And so Rick Costa was saying that what he does is uses another device so that he knows who's commenting. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm like, that's just too many devices.
Yeah. I don't want to stare at 15 different screens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so now on the top of my comments where I'm looking right now, it looks like it says there's 27 live, 43 likes. Is that accurate?
I think so, because I'm seeing the 27 with the eyeball. You just have to make sure you're separating out the eyeball from like the hearts or the awards.
Okay. So April asked the question on Happs. Been hearing lots about Happs lately. Is this going to be the Periscope Twitter live replacement? It's basically is. I mean, for all of us that kind of grew up on Periscope and really got into the streaming community, and then Periscope shutting down, this is the place everybody's going. So everybody's getting settled in. It's certainly different than Periscope, but it's cool. It is cool. And April's asking the question, why would anyone choose Happs over StreamYard? So, my man Paul, who's in the middle here on screen, April, in case you don't know him, he's a StreamYard. He loves StreamYard. So I don't know. You've done a couple of Happs so far. What are your thoughts on Happs versus StreamYard, Paul?
The only difference that I would like to see is because StreamYard, you're able to go on like 10 different destinations, but there's really no difference. The only difference is that when I bring people onto StreamYard, then I can make it theater mode to where it's widescreen, and I can have a background graphic to where my background is nice and clean and all my graphics are back there versus Happs.
Yeah.
I don't see where Happs allows you to put a background or an overlay that's custom, unless I haven't found it yet. But other than that, I mean, the streaming's good. There's a slight delay on Happs, which StreamYard doesn't have that problem, but it's not as bad as Facebook's delay. You follow what I'm saying?
Like 10 seconds. Yeah. So Pablo says we don't have custom graphics or overlays yet. I'm liking all the yet, and I'm thinking, Happs still does say in beta, but I mean, considering it's a beta and considering how much traffic I imagine they're getting from the transition from Periscope, I imagine it's the technology is pretty sound considering the traffic.
Yes.
April says, I too love StreamYard. I'm curious what the difference is. April says, does Happs allow you to multi-stream? That's basically what I'm actually doing right now, April. So I'm live currently on my Facebook personal page, business page, Twitter, YouTube. Where else am I? I think it may be on Periscope. I can't remember if I turned on Periscope. It also said, I remember when I was connecting my accounts, it said, connect your Instagram account. Pablo, what does Instagram do for me? Because I'm not live on Instagram, I don't imagine, right? Why do I need to connect my Instagram account? Oh, that's probably just for the it's probably just for the subscribers, maybe, or for the followers.
That's what I'm thinking, Justin, but we'll see what he says, because when it comes to the techie part, you can't go live there because of their terms of service.
Service. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, so one thing that's interesting that I thought was pretty cool, it's also just for people to follow you there. So one of the things that I thought was pretty cool about when you sign up for a Happs account, you connect all of your social networks, and then it gathers basically your followers from all of your accounts and puts them as this is your followers on Happs. So I don't even know. Like, I linked all of my profiles, and I think I immediately had like 10,000 followers on Happs just because of all my social networks, which is kind of cool. But I don't imagine it's notifying all those people when I go live, right? I mean, I guess what's the advantage for that? Is that just showing a number of how many followers I have?
I think it does show that you're live, because that's how people are finding us.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. April asked the question, will multi-streaming be free versus having to pay for multi-streaming versus StreamYard? Yes, it is free. So I'm not paying Happs a dime right now. I'm free. I'm live. And I'm streaming to multiple networks.
And you've earned 65 cents.
Hey. Right. Pablo paid it all to me.
Well, that's because I'm on my phone and I can't find the award.
Pablo's throwing cash at me, but hey, you know what? Mark Zuckerberg's never paid me a dime. So the fact that Pablo I got another 50%. I got an LOL award.
Look at him.
What am I up to? $1.15? So, Mark Zuckerberg never paid me a dime, and I've been streaming there for a long time. So, I mean, that alone is something.
Justin, the crew has been, the people have just been amazing. Hey, Alexis. Everybody was helping everybody make their challenges. And it's a neat feel. It's different. We're all just going to have to get used to being different from Periscope, but it's better, and it's definitely going to be better in the long run. And I mean, Pablo and Peter have responded more to me. Hey, Darren.
I see Darren.
Just in the last
months. So Pablo, I don't know. Is Pablo one of the founders? Is that who Pablo is?
I don't think he's a founder. I could be wrong. I'll let him answer. But
Okay.
he's part of the community
The team.
building part of the team. So he, he's on Happs staff, or
Yeah.
he's
So
on
I
the
see
staff.
Alexis.
And
Alexis obviously is she's one of the she's been on she's been using Happs for a while. She's a queen on Happs for sure.
she is.
So being that Alexis is already a Happs user, then I see her name in my comments, but I still don't see see Alexis's picture, which that's interesting.
Well, because she's on Facebook, but we know so it's showing. And you guys,
but I see Tessie. So why do I see Tessie's name in photo, and I see Darren's name in photo?
That's a great question. So I'm wondering if Alexis doesn't have her photo. That's weird. I can't imagine.
So is it the people that I see their name and photo? Maybe it's because they're actually watching us on Happs. Maybe because Alexis said I can come over to Happs. April, Happs does have on-screen comments, and it funnels all the comments from all your channels into one stream. I can't show you that. I was thinking I could show you that.
You can't have, like, when I type something in to Happs, that will not go out.
Oh, it won't.
Yeah, that is as long as I think I'm right. Yeah, Tessie is on
Happs.
Yeah.
Well, Happs allows StreamYard to ask for their API at some point. That we don't know. I'm not even sure, honestly, if Pablo's still with us. He might be.
He may not be, just because I know they try to get on, especially the new people. They try to get on all of their broadcasts at least once. Yeah,
no problem.
Pablo, thank
Pablo
you
says get around. Thanks so much for hanging out and answering the questions, Pablo. Brother. I appreciate it very much, man. I'm sure I'll see you around. I don't think so. Did Pablo miss a question? I don't think so.
I thought you asked something, but I can't. We'll think. We'll email you, brother.
You're great, man. Thank you so much. Hi, Cindy. And all you guys that are hanging out with us, I'd love for you to subscribe. Yeah, I see your photo now, Alexis. So Alexis is on Happs now.
Well, there's his email.
I got you. I'm gonna write that down.
Can you get it here? I'll get the screenshot. I screenshotted it for you, and I'll send it to you, Justin.
Thank you. That's awesome.
I have it written somewhere as well. But so someone had asked, I know what it is. Someone had asked, who is Pablo, and do I need to know him to get my 65
cents? Yes.
So,
yes.
Is definitely on the staff. He's part of the community building staff. He's got lots of broadcasting experience. He's got lots of journalist kind of background and stuff. You don't have to know him. As a new broadcaster, Pablo tries to come on and say hi to us at least, one time, if not more often. You can tag him, and sometimes he'll come in another time. And anybody can give award. So that's what he gave Justin, is a couple different awards. And it may seem small, but Justin, I have been on just under 3 months. And because I won one of the challenges and got $50, I will get to that 200 in the next week or so and be able to cash out. So I will be able to literally receive $200 because everybody gave 15 cents, 50 cents, $1. I earned 50, and all of that in less than 3 months.
That's pretty bomb.
Yeah. Pablo de la Hoya. Pablo de la Hoya,
April.
And he's bilingual.
Hi, Lauren. I see Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. Hi, sister. So this was unplanned.
So I see this little popped in. I see this button over here on the right that says upload image video. What does that do?
So you can bring over your graphics and stuff. You can pull up a picture, like a lot like Zoom, almost like a screen share, kind of, but it's just the picture. So I've done that when I was wearing a t-shirt and I wanted everybody to know what the back looked like. You're going to be quicker and better at this.
Now I'm curious. So let me. So what if I just randomly
Let's see. I forget how it works, especially with two of us on here.
I did an image.
It may
says it's uploading the image.
Yeah, put it in the first.
Uploading the image. There's the graphic, fit in container. Okay. Oh, so it puts it over here. So if I click it, what happens?
There you go.
Oh,
and it sticks there. There you are.
Can I make it full screen?
That is a good question. I've not. All mine have fit, but you are fancy with your graphics, so.
I just did this.
You can move it around for sure.
I can move it, huh? But it doesn't let me do it. Huh? What are all these things? There's a video. What does that do?
Welcome to the Happs community. I'm Shivani Prasad, and I'm a journalist here
There's
at
this nice lady
Happs
that
is
wants
a
to teach us
community of
something.
journalists, talk show
No,
hosts,
no.
artists,
Oh, now we're
authors,
still listening to her.
podcasters, and
How do I turn her off? There we
Oh,
go.
that is, there you go. Yeah. And you can also do a count up and a count down. So just like you like to do,
Oh,
isn't there one over there that looks like it's
I don't
kind of blank or no?
see one. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. So I would
If
need
I
to
was,
scoot over. Oh, let's see. Fit in container. Wish I could like make it. So what if I wanted to put crops video to completely cover available area? No, I don't want to do that. I was wondering if there was a way to like put the image over top of our faces while we're talking, but it doesn't look like I can do that. So if I was going to do imagery, you would want to have it fit split screen so you can still see
yeah,
your face.
yeah. Yeah. And just so you know, Justin, in case Pablo didn't say this at the beginning, they have a long, long list of things that we've requested that they have noticed that they want to make changes on, but they're they're putting it in priority, of course, as you would as a business person. And so one of their big things, if they have not already done it this week, they're going to be unleashing an update that is going to help the viewer experience. So that is their next goal. And then and there's Justin saying hi to us. And so it is it's in like a priority, this is what they're going to do first, but they've definitely been very good at listening to us and responding to emails. And so just whenever you think of something, send them an email, or if you see them live, they go live a couple days a week. They have a community time where we can come on and ask questions. They'll tell us updates, and then they'll ask, they'll give us opportunity to ask questions. Thinking about you guys, Lauren, praying for you guys.
What's this present? What's present do? Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. See. What happened? This action cannot be performed at this time. So down at are you on your computer, Larissa, or are you on your phone?
No, that's the problem. I just came in the door and I saw you and I was like, what?
You're like, Justin's on Happs. I better do something. What's Justin doing? So I'm going to click present. So when I click present like this.
Is that the timer? Is that
Happs wants to share the contents of your screen. Choose what you'd like to share. Wow. So I can actually share my screen.
Yes.
Did you know this?
I did not. I wonder if that's new because I don't recognize that, but I'm not as brave as you are. You know that.
I'm pretty brave. All right. So let's try because this is why I do this. I'm like, I want to learn all the things. It is definitely more hands-on, Alexis. Absolutely, it is more hands-on. So let me try doing a present, and let's just see what happens here. So if I do a Chrome tab, let's choose my website. Sharing this tab to Happs TV. So let me try. So is it take over the whole screen, or does it?
Isn't. I can still see me, so it's
you
not.
Still see us. It only shows half of us. Yeah, but if I was
off, I think you can just. I'll call it hide me. Put me back in.
Can I hide you? I don't know if I want to hide you. How do I hide you?
People will still hear my voice. That's the only thing.
Oh.
So just FYI. I can't. Isn't there like a spot where you can?
What if I just tap on you?
Yeah, just tap on me.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah. So now you're by yourself, but I think everyone should still be able to hear me because I'm in your green room. I call it.
I'm here. Why can't I hear myself?
Oh, you can't hear yourself? I can still hear you.
You do?
Uh-huh.
I'm listening on my phone. I'm just wondering why I'm not. Maybe it's because
that's interesting.
Wake up, earbuds. Am I here still?
Alexis, I like it. Oh, April is here. Hey, April.
So you can still hear me. Why can't I hear myself? That's weird.
Hey, April, follow me too, sis. I know we know April, Justin from Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, April Rogue. I know April. Hi, April.
April, welcome.
Of course. And yeah, April was with us. So there. So April's joined us. All right. So now I'm full widescreen, so I can still hear Larissa. You just can't see Larissa.
Yeah. And Tessie
says she can hear both of us. Larissa, it brings you on the screen.
I'm back.
But then if I click you off, then you go away.
Yeah.
And then if
And
I wanted
then-
to present something, I could say I
Yeah,
wanted
try
to
that
present,
now.
like
Mhm.
maybe I want to present my website, and I could
Yep.
put my website up there. And
There you
then it
go.
puts
It's
my website,
better.
which
It's not.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So if
that
I
is
wanted to
cool.
actually show something, I could
Uh-huh.
actually show something, which is pretty cool.
Very cool,
Huh.
especially if you're doing like a tutorial.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
interesting. Okay, so how do I stop presenting? There we go. I'm stopping presenting. Okay, so let me bring Larissa. Look at me. This is like pro.
You are
Hi, Cindy. I can
totally-
see you, Cindy.
That is so
It
funny. You
is
know more
different.
than I
It
do
is
now, Justin.
definitely.
Thank you.
Say that again, Larissa.
You already know more than I do. So see, you're back on track, buddy.
Oh, so Alexa says when you use two devices, turn off the mic and volume. I think so.
Oh.
Yes. I have
Okay.
my earbuds in for my phone just so I could kind of hear what the audio would sounded like, but for whatever reason, I'm not hearing my audio through the one on the phone.
Interesting.
Maybe I just
Yeah.
need to take the earbuds out. Hello? Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
there we go. There we go.
Do I hear me now? Hello? There we go. Now I hear me.
Okay.
It must have just been a glitch with that. So this is pretty cool. So I could upload images.
hmm
So I
Yep.
still actually could do the things that I do, like with imagery and countdown and all of that.
Yes, you
I just
can.
I just basically need to upload it in here first,
hmm
and then I click through it,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. It's too bad I can't do like a little JC in the corner, but it is kind of cool that it puts your name and stuff up at the top. I kind of like that it shows your broadcast title, and it like keeps refreshing that, because then
Yes.
if you were gonna be, if you were wanting to like ask questions, you could say, like, I could do question number 1 of the day. What makes you awesome on what's today, Wednesday?
Yeah.
What makes you awesome on a Wednesday? Save. So like you could, like, if I had questions or if I had like key points in my broadcast, I could like add all of my key points, and then when it's time, if I click on that, push to program,
hmm
when I'm sharing that key point, it should show, there it is. Question number 1, what makes you awesome on a Wednesday? I wish it would stay up there a little longer. Can I show it again?
And I wonder, I think it'll show it again. That would be one of those things you could definitely ask Pablo, and it's probably, yep, there it is. It probably does it. It probably in a rotation. Is it a rotation of 2 or 3? Just that. And then,
Maybe I deleted the other one. It doesn't it's too bad it doesn't keep it up there a little longer.
yeah. And that's probably something that's coming,
Interesting. Well, this is interesting. Thank you, Larissa, for being thank you for being the nudge that I needed to try this. I will say, yeah, I will say that the main thing that I just really was not a fan of was the thing at the top.
Yep,
They had all the, pay me 10 cents or whatever at the top. I wasn't a fan of that. But as soon as you told me that we could turn that off, I'm like, I think I might try this. I think I might give it a whirl.
Yeah.
So April says, love the UI that I see from their website.
UI.
UI, I'm not sure what you mean by the UI on that one, April. That was pretty cool. So, yeah. So it still says 27 people. Does that mean 27 people are still watching us right now?
You know what? Whether they're still watching, I'm not sure. At one point, you've had 27 live, and that is helpful when you're doing a challenge and you have to have 250. Or in the current, the 8-week challenge that we did, we had to have 250 live viewers.
Gotcha.
But as the VIP badge holder, you have to have 500 total. And
Gotcha.
Cindy's still here. Hey, Cindy.
Cindy's still here. User interface, April. Okay, I got you. You basically like what it looks like. It's pretty cool, actually. I will say. I mean, initially, if you were a non-techie person, when you first loaded up into this might be a little bit overwhelming. But
So,
honestly, once you kind of figure out how it works, it's not that bad.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so one of the things is, so I could mute myself. So if when you took me off the screen, if the dog started barking, or if we
Yeah.
wanted me to be quiet for 5 minutes so you could present something, you
Yeah.
can mute me or I can mute myself. And then
Yeah. And I see I can click, looks like I can click your mics. Yeah. So I just muted you. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Hey, Yvonne. So
Wow.
good to see you.
April can even underline and italicize your text. That's pretty cool.
Wow, look at us doing our own
Look at how
tutorial
cool
over
we
here.
are. This is funny.
Yeah.
Well, this is fun. This was nice. I mean, this is pretty fun.
Yeah.
So I might have to be a Happs Pro now. So what happens? I guess the other thing is
I say
trying
yes.
out. Now the other thing I guess I'm just not sure about either is the
That's a good question. April's asking about how to invite guests.
yeah. How do you
how to
do that?
invite guests? You can do
Oh,
it ahead of time, April. Like when Justin put in to create this broadcast, he invited Paul and I up front, and then we saw the notification. But we have to go in through that notification to be able to pop
okay.
up. If not, if
Yeah.
like
So I went live.
Mhm.
And then I went live and I was all by myself. And then Pablo came in, who was awesome.
Yeah.
Pablo came in, was amazing, and he started being my friend right off the bat. And then I'm like, how do I add people? And then he told me, so I clicked that. There's a little blue button that says invite people, and then that just pulls up a search. And so I could type Alexis in here, and Alexis could hang out with us.
Mm-hmm.
She's cool. I don't know if Alexis wants to, but I just invited Alexis. I mean, April,
Yep.
I don't know. You want to try coming in here too? Let's bring April
You might
in
as
here.
well try April.
I mean,
so
we
she
might
can
as
try
well
it.
do this.
She's-
And
I know Pablo is cool.
so
is way
Coach
cool.
Paul left, so I can I remove him? How do I remove him?
That is a good question, because if you don't remove him, he can use the link and come back in. Not that we have a problem with that.
Sure.
But you can have, I think, up to 6 of us at least.
Yeah.
So, but I would think you should be able to uninvite, but I have not uninvited people yet.
Huh. Yeah, so Paul is it shows Paul is dropped. I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, the invite thing is pretty cool. You just invite someone in, and then they click it, and they can join right in and talk. And then once you have multiple people, you've got options for how you stack everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do a split screen, the 3 of us, or I can keep myself primary and make the other 2. No problem, Paul. I see you, buddy.
She is.
Hey, there's Alexis. So I can click Alexis, and I can put Alexis in here. Look how cool Alexis is. It's nice hanging out with Alexis. So I can do like this, or I can do this look. Let's see if it does it. There we go. So I can do like that. That's definitely not as nice. We need to go triple.
Yeah, I do like the other.
Yeah, so that's nice. So Alexis, you've been pro on this, right? You've been doing this since January. Haven't you been doing this for a long time?
Since I think November.
Wow.
No, December is when I went live, I believe, on it. It's 101 days today that I've been going.
Good job.
Doing live.
Very cool.
Way to go, girl.
So, hi Melanie from Pittsburgh. So I wonder if do each of our Wi-Fi's affect the quality of the broadcast? What if you get somebody that joins you and their Wi-Fi is bunk? Does that affect the quality of the whole broadcast, or does it just make you glitchy? I wonder.
That is a great question. I think it just makes them glitchy, because I'm trying to remember. I had a broadcast a couple of weeks ago and I had 2 guests.
And there's April. Hi, April.
Oh,
I think it depends on each individual's. Like at the top up here, it tells you like a green line that tells you you're good to go. It actually tells you how your broadcast speed is.
Uh-huh. And
why is it so glitchy?
Yeah, it's gotten glitchy since the two of you guys joined in. It wasn't glitchy before. That's why I wondered about the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so then I'm also wondering if this is still part of that beta, because when I had 3 of us, we were okay, but I
Yeah,
haven't
like
tried it
when we
yet.
did when we had myself, Larissa, and Paul, it was running pretty seamlessly,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's getting kind of glitchy. So so if I had somebody that's live with me, so what if somebody came in and it's like, all right, it's time for them to go? How do you kick somebody off?
That is
You can actually comment and turn the little thing pink, and it'll be. I'll do it for you. Time to go. I'll put time to go. Time to go. At. All right.
Are you all on laptops or desktops? Is it?
I'm on mobile.
Gotcha. I'm on my desktop. Larissa's on mobile. Alexis looks like she's on her laptop.
I'm on my laptop.
Can y'all hear
I'm
me?
on desktop.
Yeah, I hear. Now there's Paul. Now we got 5 of us. Hi, buddy. Paul's got studio mode on. So what happens when we get 5 of us? What does that look like?
Oh gosh, here we go.
Let's try it.
I don't know what to do at this point.
Me neither. There we go. I got you. Now, see, that doesn't look
You can
bad.
do up to 8.
Okay,
You see
this
how
is
it
cool.
says time to go and it has a pink one? That's where you communicate with people who are actually live on the broadcast with you. You can communicate with each other.
Gotcha. And so I don't know if because I started it. So if I hit everybody's mute buttons, I can mute everybody. Can you unmute yourself if I mute you? No,
Yes.
you can't. Oh, you
I
can.
I thought I did.
Yeah, April did.
Yep.
Larissa
Wait,
did.
no, I might have already been. Mute me now.
I'll mute you. There you go. I mute you.
Yeah, I can.
So yeah, you can. Can you mute me?
I hope not.
That would be funny if you could. Like we're gonna shut this guy up and take over his broadcast.
I don't think so.
You can't. Nobody's muted me yet. So can you not mute me?
I don't know how if we can.
Okay, that's good to know. So I guess so let's say I had 5 guests in here and I wanted to talk kind of individually. So let's say Larissa, I wanted to pop her off for a second, but leave her in the room. So I can mute Larissa and then I click on her name and that takes her off screen, but it keeps her in the room. So she's still here. She's just not on screen. And then if I wanted to mute and take Alexis off and then bring Larissa back and then unmute Larissa. But see, I'm seeing what's connected, but it's not keeping up with it on screen. Do you guys notice that?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely
it's
not.
glitchy.
It's way glitchy.
Yeah.
I wonder what it looks like live. Is it look glitchy like this live?
That's
Yeah,
a
we're all
great-
frozen.
Let me check.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah, our
We're
faces.
frozen on my live view. Yeah. Now we're down to. Oh yeah. So now I can see that you took me off, but you can still hear me.
Yeah.
And then it's off by at least a few seconds, if not more.
Yeah. Hey Rick, I see you, man. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Yeah, so
Hey,
it looks
Rick.
like the bringing multiple people in is definitely
It makes
overwhelming.
it glitchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm watching on my phone and everyone's frozen.
Yeah, we're all frozen. It looks like the audio keeps up with it, but the video definitely does not keep up with it. So, all right. So let's say, all right. So we had 5 people in here, and we're like, all right, we had a quick conversation, and now I want to cut it down to 2. Can you leave? How do you leave? If you wanted to leave the chat, how do you go away?
There's a blue button at the
You
top of
you
my
hit
screen.
exit on the bottom.
Oh, on the phone, it's on the top. And it's
Well, on
blue.
mine,
Yeah, I see it on mine on desktop. There's mic, camera, present, mic,
Yeah.
cam, more, and exit.
and then exit.
Yeah, I see
Okay.
exit too, but I imagine if I exit, it would probably hang up the broadcast.
Right.
I would.
We should try.
I mean, we could. It's so weird that it's so glitchy. It's too bad it's so
But
glitchy.
Rick is saying sometimes this happens, but not every time.
Okay,
That's
not
good
every
to know.
time.
So, but I have never had the problem when there's only been 2 of us. Never had the problem.
Yeah, no, even when it was 3 of us, me, you, and Paul, it seemed like it was pretty seamless.
Yeah.
The other thing that I realized too is like, so if let me pull Paul off, let me pull Larissa off. Larissa's off. Let me pull April off. Then it looks like I can. All right, so I can assign. Let's say I assign Alexis as screen number 1, and then I can take me off, and I can make Alexis the primary video. So now Alexis is if the app was keeping up with us, Alexis would be the only one on screen right now. So you can actually choose who the primary speaker is, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you could highlight them.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit. Make sure nothing else is running on the computer runs much better. Yeah, this is the only thing that I'm running currently.
Yeah, that's all I'm running is just this.
And I've got Boss Wi-Fi, so I shouldn't be having an issue from that perspective. And it was running really good.
Yeah,
with just Paul and Larissa. So,
well, before what I was using was my phone. That might be a difference. I don't know.
But
that's what I wondered, if like everybody's individual Wi-Fi's make a difference or not.
Maybe. Yeah, because I know that with StreamYard, that if I have somebody on and their Wi-Fi is wonky, then it kind of disrupts my end as well.
I see.
Really? Because mine's showing that it's solid.
So right now.
And what's kind of funny too is, you know, what's kind of funny is, even though what's actually on the screen is glitchy, I can hear you guys and see you clear as a bell. Like on my computer screen, I see all your different videos, and everybody's videos are real clean, and the audio is coming through my speaker really clean. It's just not translating out to the broadcast clean for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's really super delayed because I'm just now seeing just you and Alexis.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all, this is fun, and thank you so much for hanging out with me on my first Happs. It was cool having you guys come in and hang out. I'll definitely be doing some more of this, and all you guys that are hanging with the comments, you guys are awesome. We appreciate you spending time and answering questions and tolerating our glitchiness as we figure this stuff out. But it's pretty cool. I do feel like the app is pretty cool, so we'll definitely do more of it. But I'm going to kill the broadcast so we don't have a glitchy, funky fest going around to all of our apps. So, guys, I will see you later. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you around the web. All right, take care, guys.
Thanks, Justin.